Right, I've just come off course. Obviously had a long day at Dumfries and Galloway filming, and assistant's pulled me to one side. He's got something to show us, so this will be an interesting one. I'm going to pop into the shop and see what he's got. Right then, Kyle, what you got to show us?
So we've just had something traded in.
Yeah.
I've got a good idea it's fake. I want to let you have a look.
Yeah.
So what it is, I see a lot of these kicking around at the minute. Now I've had a few of these traded in recently, so all I'm going to do, take that off. What do you think of that? Now I can tell you there's 3 things that make me think that's fake.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen a fake lab putter with actual. It's got writing on it, but
it looks the part.
Yeah, I cannot believe that. I'll show you a close up of this, guys. I mean, go on. What is it you're seeing?
So for me, when you put it down there,
yeah.
How much press did you see forward?
None.
No. Now a lab putter has quite a bit.
It does,
so
yeah. 2 degrees press.
A couple of degrees of press, so you actually feel as though your hands are going forward. There's none of that on there. Grip doesn't feel quite right for me. Like I say, having a couple of them in, there's no little pistol sort of bit, and it doesn't feel as tacky.
Yeah.
So, and the big bit for me, when you look at a normal lab putter, there's actually a little notch at the back.
Yeah.
So when you go and pick a ball up, you can just scoop it up with a lab. Whereas this, no chance you can't get up with that. So there's the 3 things that have a look for me there. So that's what I've picked up.
Because it does actually say press number 2 on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's actually just a pistol grip. That's incredible. So did this get through then, or did you not give him all?
We did a goodwill gesture.
Yeah.
Because obviously we know it's fake. He didn't. Obviously he spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
So we did a goodwill gesture, and he's actually walked out with one of the Odyssey squares. So we've sorted it all out, but ultimately, half tempted to actually keep that just to show people.
Do you know where he got it from by any chance?
Yeah, he got it from AliExpress. I think he paid £130 for it. So again.
So were he quite open about that, or did he try to say that he paid full price?
When I started looking at it, it came out. He said he thought it was a legit, and then when I started looking at it and going, I'm not sure about this. Then ultimately, that's when he sort of said, "Oh look, I actually got it from here, and it was 130 quid." And that's when you go.
Do you know what? I've got my revealer in car. You know.
Have you?
I think we should go and test it and see if it's actually.
It's not a bad shout.
Actually, zero torque. It surely can't be.
I'll be amazed. I'll be astounded if that gets through it. I'll be astounded if
Let's go and test. Shall we go outside?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Well, aesthetically, I've got to say, for a fake putter, I can tell it's not a lab. I can tell it's not a genuine product, but it's not a bad attempt.
It's not bad, but then, like you say, what do you think of that?
I mean, that's a dead giveaway, isn't it?
It's awful, isn't it?
I can't believe they've gone through that trouble to make the putter and then they've stuck one of them on it. But that's just typical fake, isn't it?
Exactly,
they never ever get it 100% right, do they?
Do a lot of hard work and then give you something that looks like a toddler made it.
Yeah.
Almost.
Right, let's put it in the reveal. Let's see what happens. So this is the lab revealer. Obviously, this is what most people sort of distinguish zero torque putters by. Every brand has different theories, but I think with Lab being the leading zero torque putter on the market, or having the best sort of, I would say, range, because the most fittable.
I think ultimately a lot of people are seeing this sort of stuff on Facebook, Instagram, and things like that as well, won't they?
Yeah. Is this going to swing square to square? So we'll firstly spin it, see if it returns to any particular place. Ooh, that has twice.
Not bad.
Well, it's not supposed to. Oh, that's. So the idea is it returns inconsistently, don't return to the same place. Yeah. Right, let's swing it. Will you just pick the camera up to make sure they can see this? So we're going to swing it in motion. So it's sat open. So it's a little bit like when we tested the PXG. It's not horrendous. I mean, if we tested a traditional putter, it would be really opening and closing, but it's not zero torque. If we swing that again, and once it settles, it's just settling a little bit open. If I show you that, can you see that from that angle? You see?
Yeah.
I'll just do it from down the line. Just do a longer putt.
Same again, isn't it?
Yeah, it just sits a little bit open. So it's not. I mean, we certainly say it's not zero torque. Obviously the grip as well. If we looked at the grip, it's not a press. It's just a pistol grip.
100%.
So this is where they've gone wrong a little bit. And I think the feel of it, if you feel it, it's just You noticed that, didn't you?
Yeah, it just doesn't feel quite right. There's something that's not quite there with it.
I think we've got to have a putt with it, haven't we, and try it.
Might
Should
as
we just hit a few balls?
Yeah, we might as well go and grab a shot.
We've got to make it a putting comp as well, haven't we?
Well, there's always a putting comp involved, isn't there? I'm going to get a few at the shop.
Right. Have you tested one before?
I've had a couple of goes with.
I just
genuine
wish
ones.
I'd got my DF3 with me, to be
Yeah.
honest. You know, to a bit of a head-to-head, which I will.
What I have found with the lab putters themselves is they're great from sort of 15 foot in.
Yeah.
But after that, I have to absolutely hammer them. So.
Anyone would think he'd watch my videos, because that's my conclusion. I think when they bring the DF 3.1 out, which has got the firmer insert in, I think they'll be absolutely perfect for greens here in obviously UK and surrounding areas. But I think just in America, greens are lightning, aren't they?
Well, that's the thing as well, ultimately, isn't it?
So when they're on fast greens, they're fantastic. But I think if you try to, if you've got a long putt and you accidentally use your hands, that's when you can close the face or add a little bit of loft. Wow, that's gone left. That's probably because I'm used to a press grip.
Yeah.
I pulled that
That's just straight left on you, isn't it?
And feel-wise, I remember with it feels softer on mine, and it almost feels like a bit, well, yeah, when it hits the face, it's a bit more of a dampened feel.
Yeah.
This feels, I'll just hit one more. This feels a bit more like just I don't know, well, it's just solid, like, it's not the same feel.
And even looking at you there, you can see that there's not quite as much press.
Yeah.
Even looking at it there.
Well, I'm trying to press it. I'm trying to get that face square. I'm trying to manipulate it by pushing my hands forward. Just have a go with that. See what you think.
Same sort of thing. So it's just outside, right? Isn't it?
I think the big worry for me is, I mean, it's glad you've got this in your hands as a pro, because you've spotted it. My big worry is people potentially buying these on second-hand market thinking they're real.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? All of a sudden you get a couple of these and then, so I don't know. But...
Somebody will fall for one of these. So we need to probably tell you exactly what to look for.
I mean...
It could be putting it in bag.
I was going to say, yeah. Not sure how to react to that, to be honest.
Have you tried a lab before then?
I've had a go with a lab, and I'll be honest with you...
Can you remember the feel, or...?
This feels a bit lighter as well.
Does it?
If I'm honest. It feels a little bit lighter. Feel off the face felt very similar, because it was, again, I feel like I've got to really hit this instead of like a normal standard putter.
I was just about to say,
I was having a box too, like it would have been a different story.
You can tell what he's doing at 5:45 every day.
But yeah, you can tell once you've hit a couple that you have to sort of go at it a bit harder as well. But
to be quite honest with you, I'm shocked what I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen these on AliExpress. I've seen them pop up. I've never thought about buying one because, like, £130 to me, I wouldn't spend that on a fake product. I'd rather put that into buying a real product. You know, even a second-hand product, or you know, even a zero torque from a brand that's maybe, you know, an Odyssey or something like that, 2.4. You've just got some in, haven't you?
We've got some squares in, yeah.
Are they about 279, 300?
Yeah, well, between top 250 and 300.
That's where I'd rather put me 130. I wouldn't want to buy a fake product. So I didn't even think of buying one to review.
No.
So to come across one this soon.
It's quite interesting because we have had quite a few labs in as well. We've actually had 2 or 3 genuine labs in.
Yeah.
So to actually get a fake one in, it just showed there is actually quite a bit of difference. But if I'd never had a lab before, that looks pretty good.
I'll tell you what, we better just sort of tell people what to look out for, because you spotted straight away, like there's no... Did you say there's like a little dot?
There's normally a little dot and a little notch in there.
Yeah.
Where, like, for me, I like picking the ball up like that.
Yeah.
I'm quite lazy. So when I've had the labs, you can pick them up like that. That's the first thing you saw. So, yeah, just in the back of it there.
So there's nothing there, it's just plain on there. There's no sort of... I will get Dan's lab, he's got the exact same colour, and do a head-to-head if I can borrow this and post it back.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else did we say? Well, I mean, the shaft for one.
Yeah, there wasn't quite as much press, was there?
I don't think they do a black shaft. Do you know, just black? It's just a black steel shaft, that, isn't it?
Yeah, not think about it. I do agree with you, actually.
I can't think of them doing it. Or maybe they do, I don't know.
I can't remember top of my head, to be honest.
But I think what you said about the grip, it says press free on it, and it's just a pistol.
The feel of the grip as well, it just doesn't feel... I'll be honest, it feels cheap.
Yeah.
It feels like a £10 grip and not like a £100 grip or whatever lab would do charge for them.
Yeah. What I would say as well is I'd imagine specs-wise, you know, loft, lie, we can't obviously measure that because we ain't got that equipment to do that, but I can't imagine it will be bang on.
Absolutely not. You can guarantee it, can't you, really?
Yeah.
But again, it just, the weight and feel of it was slightly different as well. After hitting a few myself with other trade-ins we've had, it's just that little bit lighter as well. So.
Well, I think it's scary times for the golf industry, and I think what it does maybe make me think is how important it is to go and see your pro. You know, obviously, you guys, if you've got a local pro shop, don't underestimate, you know, that little bit of extra value you're going to get from, you know,
I think
that would have fell through net for a lot of these at home, I'm telling you.
It is that bias of obviously being in a shop and things like that, but ultimately you know what you're buying. You come out, bring it out here, hit a few putts, you know what it is.
Yeah.
You buy it online, you don't know. You never know until you get it. So it's a case of it's always worth having a pop in.
How much did you knock him off a new putter?
Yeah, it was still relatively close to retail price.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just sort of said, look, we know it's a fake. We'll not match it because obviously we can't take too much of a loss, but we try to net it down as much as we can. We basically gave them it at our cost price and just said, so.
It'd be great if I could borrow it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Take it away and just see what you think. If you've got a couple of genuine ones down there, feel free to just have a go with them.
I appreciate that.
Fine,
I think it's definitely important for you guys to know that these are out on the market and not to be fooled. And yeah, scary times. And I hope they don't improve that cover, because if they do, then I think more people will fall for it.
Yeah, absolutely, aye. But no, like I say, if they improve the cover, I think a lot more people are going to fall for stuff like that. Because if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll just think that's a normal one.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, make sure you stay vigilant to fakes on the market. I don't think it'll just be lab putters, unfortunately. I think they're onto everything these days, aren't they?
I think all the expensive ones, the Scotty Camerons, the labs, all the high-end sort of putters, I think they'll end up having fakes in them all.
Yeah.
With you, because that's where the money is in golf, unfortunately. It's in expensive putters and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it's not just lab. There'll be a few of them.
Guys, I hope you're enjoying the videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and check out Dumfries and Galloway. If you're heading to Scotland, we've had a couple of videos here today and really enjoyed it. And I think it's definitely a good course to have in a trip, like we've just said.
Like I say, it's just off the A74 as well, so it's always good to just pop in if you're ever around.
We'll see you in a few days' time, guys. Bye.
Cheers.